What's your favorite number?
Look at this.
These shades.
Gotta keep them on.
Oh,
Why not? God bless.
we need to see your beautiful eyes.
Oh, man.
Brian, hard line on the middle, 20.
Brian,
Hello, guys.
how you doing?
Good to see you guys.
Last night, Ryan was talking about the job you've done doing installs for the first time. Is there anything that you've learned through this process? Anything that gave you a new perspective on this job?
Yeah, I mean, it's an all a new perspective, really. I mean, people do this for years and years and years, and they would think they would continue to learn every year. So I'm learning from the best, from Coach Day and Coach Fry and Coach Fitch and Coach Philbin and the rest of the staff. I mean, I'm surrounded by elite people and elite coaches. So every day is an opportunity to learn something new. And that's definitely how I have felt from the jump.
Brian, what did it mean to you to see Xavier get the block out and be named the captain?
Could not think of a better person for X to get that award. I know he's made an impact on our room, and I've seen that. I'm sure he's made an impact in the running back room when he was in there. He impacts those on special teams with direct relation to them. I mean, you can't say enough about the gentlemen that impact others. I mean, again, you guys have heard me say it. I'm beating a dead horse, but stats are one thing. They come and go. I mean, I've seen lots of great stats, but the way you make people feel and the way you help people grow, they remember forever. And couldn't have picked a better person. Very proud to have him in our room. And but we see it firsthand day in and day out.
Brian, in the spring, you said you were about 6 or 7 deep in the spring. Where are you at now with that?
Oh, that's a good question. Not a great counter. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm very, very, very pleased. Not to put a number on it, I could, but to sit here and think about that, I mean, we are very healthy in the receiver room. I trust these guys. We got a lot of guys that are quote unquote young guys, but I don't feel that on a day-to-day basis. I mean, that's a heck of a compliment in my opinion. And I'm really, really excited to watch them mature and grow. Not only the young guys, but the whole group as we go through the season. I mean, how you are week 1, you can't be come week 12. And, without my imagination running wild, I'm really excited to see that maturation over the season.
Plenty of times he talked to Brian Day, he's brought up the progression of Cornell Tate and what he's done over the last 9 months. From your perspective, what have you seen from him, and has he put himself in a position where he could legitimately get meaningful snaps?
Oh, Cornell's done a great job. I mean, as a football player, he's, and he is very mature. And when you give that mature tag to a football player, it says a lot. I mean, it's hard to put into words, and I can try, but his ability to take meetings to the field, his abilities to correct mistakes in one try, his ability to hold himself accountable to mistakes, for me to ask him questions about why he did something and for him to give me the answers back, shows a lot of intentional work, which is very, very important. And that's, again, usually an older guy kind of thing. Just really proud of him. And he's had a lot of adversity, and that's well documented. And, to build relationships with these young men since they were sophomores and to see all the things they've gone through and done. And I mean, you can't put it into words, and I'm trying, but very proud of him. He's definitely put him in position to play very, very meaningful reps. And that's not just me. That's the room agreement. That wasn't my choice. Peers know. If I have a question, I go ask the guys, and they let me know. And we're all on the same page.
Is he maybe, you kind of talked about Marvin maybe the same way, and Emeka the same way when they first got here. Garrett obviously got on the field in 19. Is he maybe a step further than maybe where they were when they first got here and how they approach things?
I don't want to compare people to people. I really don't. I appreciate that. And those are some great comparisons now. So nothing against anything, but Cornell's his own man, and he's gone about it his own way, and it's been very, very impressive. Yeah, I would say Brandon, being a guy that, unfortunately couldn't be here in the summer, you worry about him being behind, and I haven't felt that lag. He's really caught up to the guys. He's very inquisitive, asks great questions. Sometimes guys ask questions, you're like, gosh, I wish you didn't ask me that question. The question itself scares you, but like he has some good questions, and so I've been impressed with him too. But I have a lot of comparisons to him in my head. Just I'll throw it out there for that. When Chris came in June, it just took him maybe a little more time to kind of just establish himself. Not that he wasn't capable, and I see a lot of correlation there with Brandon. He's doing a phenomenal job, and he's going to help us a lot this year.
Hey, Brian, do you guys have a fullback?
We got plenty of fullbacks. I think fullbacks will be, potentially a big running back or a tight end. It doesn't. We have plenty of guys that are willing to do any kind of job as a fullback, and doesn't have to just be on offense. So I'm sure we got plenty.
Brian, Julian Fleming is a guy who's gone through a lot of injury stuff. What have you seen from him this summer in the offseason?
Yeah, what I've seen from Julian, his growth as a leader, again, very important, has been substantial, and it just kind of tells you a lot about the young man as he grows as a person, and what he's like on and off the field and how he's growing. I would say that Julian's football mechanics have continued to increase. He came in as a very, very high-skilled athlete and had to learn how to play receiver. And he's continued to do that at incremental levels. He's continued to grow each time. Guys always want it to be faster than it always is. It's always the case. But he's continued to grow every stinking time. And now, with 2 bionic shoulders and everything put back together, I'm really excited for him to have a great year this year.
Is there a particular area where you feel like he's grown the most?
Area he's grown the most? I mean, everything, honestly. I don't mean to minimize that. Football IQ through the roof now. Great questions. Understands the intricacies of receiver play. Football mechanics, his top-end mechanics are so much better, so much cleaner. Growing as a person, grades have continued to be solid. I wouldn't call him a straight A student, but he's been very consistent there. I mean, just overall growth in every facet of as an athlete and as a person.
You talk about guys asking great questions. Can you give an example of what that sounds like?
I cannot.
On the radio last night, Ryan was talking about kind of the play calling instead of
Yeah.
maybe a joint effort. How do you feel like you've kind of like grown into that area, having time in spring, having time in camp, just kind of?
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence. The guys around me, the players around me give me a lot of confidence. But, gosh, I mean, I literally walk in the day every single day learning from some of the best. Like, I can't minimize that. And it's easy to minimize that. So, whether, I'm learning from the receivers or they're learning from me or a coach is learning from me and I'm learning from them, I just feel like it's an opportunity every day to get mad at myself about not doing something I wish I could have done better. That's just the truth. Every day I try to go home disappointed, but it's never good enough. And I just try to make sure I keep that at bay. But, all kidding aside, it's just I'm really just trying to learn as much as possible. And every time I get an opportunity to do so, I feel like I have.
How much more do you expect to have kind of on your plate week in, week out with like the game planning stuff? Like how different is your role this year when the season was like a year?
I would say we have great guys. It's always a joint effort everywhere. And, I would say we have great guys in multiple categories. We kind of let them specialize, if you will. And so, let people be experts in their particular area. And we'll lean on that. And we're not going to let somebody study a certain area and then not, listen to them. That's not the way to go about things. But that being said, it's a joint effort. I want to make sure that, I have an opinion, a strong opinion in every area. So obviously I probably didn't have that last year. So with that, with more responsibility becomes more requirements. So I just got to make sure I'm ready to give insightful information and not just fill the air.
Ryan, last two questions. The play calling is really the play calling is really the least of the responsibilities. It's like the cherry on top almost. There's so much more that goes into the job. What part of the job, other than the play calling, has been the biggest challenge, the most kind of eye-opening for you?
I can't say I have a great answer for that. I mean, I think that I'm a pretty open book, and I don't really have one. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I think that just again, everything I kind of commented on, everything, the challenge of making sure, you're well versed in all areas is important. And that's a scope that I haven't operated with in the past. I'm on this side now. I'm on this side. Yeah.
Based on a confidence factor, how has it grown from your view of the offensive line from the way camp started to now? Obviously, there was a flip-flop in the middle of camp, a little bit left to right, the tackles and stuff. But you as a coordinator, what do you like about this group that seems to be moving together?
I think the unselfishness, to be able to change positions in the best interest of the team, that typically is not always, not that it's not the easiest for the individual. So that's pretty impressive. To see them grow and mature and get better, across the board, that's been impressive. The communication skills, hearing them talk, just like anything you needed to get done through the off season is just slowly being checked. And now we're just chasing consistency. It's going to happen. It's not if we can, it's just how often. And that's what we're chasing because, again, greatness is measured in increments of consistency. Anybody can do it once. Most can do it once. But those that do it all the time change their level of greatness. That's what we're chasing.
Yeah. I asked Ryan about this yesterday. I want to get your view on it. It seems like receivers more and more coming in more polished than ever. Meaning, I don't mean they don't have things to learn, but they're on a level that you can work with immediately. You follow me. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think you're just spoiled.
Yeah. What?
I think you're just spoiled.
Really?
I think.
I was going to say, but is it?
Just,
remarkable to you?
I think we have great receivers, and they've chose this place for all the right reasons. And we are trying to maximize them as football players and as individuals. And I think we're doing a heck of a job doing it.
And what is the baseline? What is it they've gotten before they got here that just stands out?
That's my secret. I can't tell you that.
They run.
They
catch the ball.
Yeah,
Your answer is
about Xavier already, but it's the second in a row that Blanco has come from your room. Your room's known for the talent. What does this say though about what else you have developing in that?
Yeah, I think that the development mentally and spiritually and culturally drives everything athletically. I think that in the room, there's nothing like peer pressure. There's not. And I can recommend guys, excuse me, to do this or do that, suggest things, your top end, your stance, all these different things. But if they know the guy behind them can't do it, then is there as much pressure as you really think there is for that guy? So we have a room full of guys and they work together. They learn from each other. And the peer pressure to get it right the first time and consistently get it right really helps their development, really challenges them and helps them maximize what they're capable of. And frankly, it's a very NFL, model. You can't be wrong. You can't have a bad day. That's just the reality of it. And all these guys know that. They relish in it and they challenge each other. Now with Xavier being the block O, that's culturally too. I think we have an over 3-0 in our room. There's a 3-0 on the team, but in the receiver room, we have over 3.0 QGPA. Super proud of that. And frankly, we might make it uncomfortable if you don't. If you're either helping our GPA or you're hurting it. So it's very clean. And so we try to have fun with it. We love hard. We work hard, but we love hard. But I think guys like Xavier, guys like Cam Babb is why you see the achievements athletically, because culturally it's been very, very healthy. Excuse me?
Are you surprised you don't have a starting quarterback?
Oh, we have a starting quarterback. I guess we just don't know which one, but we definitely have one.
One last question, right?
Yep.
This play calling thing, right? We've been asking questions about this for months. It seemed like it was like Ryan was hard for him to the idea of maybe giving that up. Just from your side of things, what was the process like? What were the conversations like with you and Ryan? Just so we get a little insight into how you thought the process went.
Yeah, my biggest thing, and again, I don't know almost to speak on this, but I just want to win. How it gets done and how we do it, I want to win, and we all feel the same way. And I'll tell you, I guess I just correlated to me. I love coaching receivers. I got into coaching to be a receivers coach. If I had to do something else, but I had to give that up, gosh, you're really challenging the core of my of what I really like. And I'm not saying that's happening, but I'm just trying to put it in my mind. Like, of course it's hard. I'm sure it's hard. He probably loves it. And I love coaching receivers, so I just correlate to that. But I'm on board for everything. It's know me. So I want to win. I love developing these young men. The rest we'll figure out.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, guys.
Sure.
Hard.
Yes.
Folks, we have Julian Fleming at the middle 20.
Oh, snap. How you guys doing?
Coach Harline said you're helping out. You have 2 bionic shoulders. What can you share about that?
Yeah, so I had surgery on, one shoulder after my freshman year, one shoulder after last year. So we are good to go, cleared to go.
Sorry.
Oh, my fault. Am I too far? Yeah, so they were labrum surgeries. They were a little bit more extensive than a regular labrum. But like I said, all healthy now, and we're just ready to work.
When's the last time you were fully healthy? If you have been since you got here.
It's a great question. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not too sure.
What's it like to be healthy?
It's great right now. Just being able to get out there and continue to participate and feel good. So it's been a blessing so far. I'm just excited to continue to work.
Coach Hartline said that you came in as a great athlete. You had to learn how to play this season. What's been the toughest parts of learning to play this season?
Definitely coming from a small town, small football town, and running the Delaware wing T offense, one receiver on the field was definitely not ideal coming into college. So I'd say one of the hardest things my freshman year was just coming in and learning, signals for plays and things like that. Alignments, work on a top end, which I never did a top end. We have a specific way that we do that. So it was definitely a big learning curve, but now I feel really comfortable doing everything.
How has your leadership developed over time? That's something else he's talked about, really this year especially.
Yeah, I really felt like my first 2 years I couldn't really develop as a leader much, just based off my injuries and stuff, and I wasn't contributing the way I wanted to. But the past 2 years, I feel like I kind of starting to grow into that leadership role and continue to excel at it. I'm an older dude in the wide receiver room now, so I feel like a lot of young kids need someone to look up to. Somebody's been through it, somebody's been through, not having things go their way all the time.
I guess how was that adversity molded you just as a person?
Yeah, so there's obviously there's no growth without adversity. So just going through certain things, and like I said, having things not always go my ways definitely has made me stronger as a person. I think stronger mentally, definitely. So I'm just excited to work.
You came in as the number 1 player in the country. That's a lot of pressure for a guy, especially coming from a wing T offense. You're probably thinking, okay, that's nice, but I don't know anything. Kind of that juxtaposition. How did you kind of deal with that? Because you knew how raw you were, but you also had to deal with the expectations.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to kind of throw away people's expectations. I was the number 1 recruit according to a website. So, everybody expects different things. Some people expected a lot. Some people didn't expect too much. But, I just always expected me to be myself and, constantly just improve in every aspect that I can.
Julian, at what point this summer do you feel like you felt 100%?
I felt like I was 100%, coming into really summer workouts. I forget when I had surgery, whatever it was. But, the rehab was great. We have the best training staff in the country here. So they, they took it pretty easily. But, when we had to ramp it up, we ramped it up. And it's been, it's been a really, really good rehab.
What did you focus on this offseason to prepare yourself to be a different receiver, a better receiver for this receiver?
The thing I've really been focused on is health. Just constantly taking care of my body the best that I can, coming in here, getting all the extra treatment, getting all the extra work that I possibly can to stay healthy and constantly be able to be available. Coach Hart always talks about the best ability is being available. So that's really one of the things I've worked on the most.
Doing this process with the quarterbacks build the connection you need with both of these guys.
Can you repeat that one?
Has the process with the quarterbacks that's been playing out, has that allowed you to build a connection that you need with both of those guys, and how so?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, we have 2 really, really good quarterbacks. One came in from PA, one from Arizona, and I think they both excel, at pretty much everything. They're really good. CJ, he's hard to follow up, but I think they're both going to do really, really well.
Does it feel different when either one of them is in the practice scenarios when you guys are scrimmaging, whatever? Is there a distinct difference between those 2 guys?
I don't know. I honestly think, like I said, I think they're both really, really good quarterbacks. They both excel at different things, and they honestly are both going to be first-round draft picks in the future if they continue to work the right way and continue to do everything the right way. So, great kids. I love them both. So we'll see what happens.
Are they handling a receiver room like you guys have with many veterans? What can a room like that do for a new quarterback?
Yeah, we always talk about, we got to make the difference. So if that's getting open a second earlier, if that's running your route a second faster, if that's making a 50-50 catch, if 50-50 catch should be 70-30 in our receiver room. So that's kind of how we look at everything.
How much is the talent that rolls into that room every year? How much is that sort of from a motivational standpoint for Julian? I mean, is it every day is no day off? How would you explain that?
Yeah, there's definitely no days off in the receiver room. We had a ton of young kids come in with a ton of talent, and sky's the limit for them. But everybody comes in ready to work. Everybody comes in trying to take somebody's spot. So that's kind of just something to keep behind you all the time.
Can you explain the ethic that's been developed in that room from the standpoint of that? Was it there when you showed up here? I mean, and how has it, I guess, gotten bigger since a couple years ago?
Yeah, I would say it's been there before I even got there. The expectation in zone 6 in the wide receiver room here is catch every ball, make every play. We're the difference on the offensive side of the ball. So, we want to come in. Like I said, we want to make every single play. We want to make it easy on the quarterbacks, make it easier on the O-linemen, and just do everything that we can in our power to be great as a team.
If Ryan went with a 2-quarterback set to start the season, would that, you think, have an effect on you personally, if not maybe the rest of the room?
No, I don't think Coach Day is going to make a great decision regardless. He's the head dude here, and he always has run the program great, so nobody's really going to question it. I don't think it's going to have that much of a effect on anybody in the receiver unit, O-line unit, defensive unit, or anything like that.
You think it would be pretty seamless? Like, let's say, comes in the first quarter, Devin, second quarter, maybe even alternate drives. You don't think that would have much of an effect on the rest of you guys?
No, I don't think it would. Like I said, they're two great quarterbacks, they're two great kids, and they always put their head down and they always do all the hard work. So I'm excited for both of them.
How would you kind of assess your career?
Rocky.
Okay.
Yeah. You kind of know how it went. A couple bumps and bruises here and there, a couple injuries that kind of sidelined me for a little bit. But, it's been great. And like I said earlier, there's no growth without adversity. And you can't grow through your adversity, then, obviously this is not going to be the place for you.
What are your expectations for this year? You're a senior.
Right now, the goal is on Indiana first game. So I don't really have any self-expectations right now. I just want to win. And, I want the team to be everything that we, work to be to. I'm pretty big. I'm pretty physical, pretty fast. I don't know. I feel like I bring kind of different attributes depending, like I said, on my health. I guess you guys seen it. But I always feel like size and speed have been my biggest advantages. DBs aren't always the biggest. I'm a little bit bigger than them usually. But, just being able to come out and be a playmaker.
How much does being healthy allow you to be even more physical? Like you said, I would imagine, shorter stuff, right? Maybe you couldn't have been all that.
Yeah, there was definitely some issues with my shoulders, and I dislocated them a bunch of different times, which nobody really ever knew about. But it just kind of happened, and you pop it back in, and you keep going. So, hopefully with some screws and everything going on in there, they'll stay in place, and we'll be good to go.
Well, did you have time to game where your shoulder would pop out and have you played when you had trouble lifting your arms up or anything? You know what I mean? As you get trying to catch footballs.
Yeah, no, it's happened before. It happened a lot in practice. There's nothing I could do about it. There's no more damage I could do to it. So it's just kind of playing through pain and playing through your pain tolerance.
How can you catch a football if you can't lift your arms?
Got to figure it out one way or the other.
You can do that now. All good with that now?
All good now. Yeah, we're all set.
Have you ever run a 40?
Here? No.
Just in general.
Yeah.
When was your time?
In high school. I'm a low 4.1 or low 4.4. Right now I'm not sure what I'll run, but we'll see.
How did that impact your ability to make contested catches when you're talking about, keep your arms and trying to, out physical a DB?
Yeah, it definitely had a little bit of an effect, but it's no excuse mentality. Plays I didn't make. I'm not going to blame it on having bad shoulders or anything like that.
Favorite snack.
Last question.
It's tiring day. What's your go-to snack?
My go-to snack, it is a chocolate chip muffin in the microwave with vanilla ice cream on it.
I thought you were off sugar.
30 seconds in the microwave.
You said you were doing sugar.
I started sugar during camp.
Julian, thank you, buddy.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Julian.
That's a crucial question. How long you wear it?
Very 30 seconds. It's a very hot moment. Yeah.
Super.
It's true. Put the ice cream on.
Marvin doesn't fall, but you guys yell. I don't blame him. Pretty wild. Marvin Harrison said as he walked into the lobby.
Straight out.
No number one.
He goes 45 miles an hour.
What if he doesn't? What if it's not the way it feels like one?
Yeah. There you go. Exactly. Touchdown. Yeah, I was trying to
Like we're done.
Coach, this is going to be all over. You know,
There's one.
you might be. One more. I'll do it. Plus.
Keith, do you see this Gary's here?
Might have got grease. Yeah, we may not get it. We may not get it.
I want to be this late. I want to be
Yeah, the can back.
Jump when I say how high.
That would have been
Exactly right. Wait, right. Yep, you nailed it.
You Sounds very
That's exactly whatever second he's out of for sure, yeah. Oh, this is I gotta shut this down. I gotta shut this down, man. Freestyle. Yes.
Yeah, we're ready. I want to hear this.
He'll entertain you.
It's just family, man. Because he goes wrong. He's an unintentional wide receiver. He's actually not like that. I still. He's 6'4", 205. That's the thing. You can work as hard as you can. You're not going to be better at the Jerry, is he the last one we're waiting for? No Xavier?
No, he's got a class.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I think well, I'll be part of it. I know. I want to. Everyone's going now.
think so. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was his deal. Right there. That was his case. Not much over. I used to live it was odd. It was like so like be like no. But I mean, there's just it's like that's true, yeah. Yeah. It was like after a couple weeks after graduation. I went back there and that's Becky. Well, luckily that worked out. Yeah, but I think it's really able to break it off. Yeah, that's the next step. I'm so. Oh yeah.
Straight ass and goes over there.
I don't know.
It's gonna be a lot of like 205
Yeah. All right, guys, we got Marvin for a short period of time, but that's all. We got him though.
Julian, taking on the quarterback.
They're both competing. It's a battle at the end of the day. I think everyone knows that. And I'm just out there trying to do my part. That's all I can say. I mean, he's making a decision, so whatever he says, that's what it is.
Julian, obviously gone through a lot of it. What have you seen from him this year? How's he different on the field?
I think he's just continue to work hard, continue to put in more work, outside of the practice field and just in his own free time. Whatever he's doing, taking care of his body, getting extra passes on the Monarch, just whatever he can do to get ready for this season. I think he's definitely taking that approach.
What has impressed you about Cornell Tate and then Brandon Lewis getting him out east?
Yeah, Cornell's gonna be special, man. I think Cornell's probably at a better point right now than I was going into my sophomore year. So I think, yeah, so last year. So I mean, I think he's amazing. He handles his business. He's always in the right spot, catches the ball, runs great routes. So I'm excited to really see, what his career looks like. I think he'd be one of the best receivers to ever come through Ohio State. So his future is very bright, and just how he's handled his situation, on and off the field. I can't speak to how hard that must be for him. So, and then Brandon, he's getting better each and every day too. He comes in, he has a lot of confidence, and he goes out there and just makes plays. So I think definitely Brandon and Cornell remind me of Emeka and how he came in when we were freshmen. So they're two very talented receivers. I definitely can't wait to see what the future holds.
Yeah, Garrett used to talk about you and Max that way.
That's just kind of how it is, receivers now. It's just the new group comes in, and they remind you of your younger selves, and that's just kind of how it is.
Why is that? Mark? Why are you guys so, for one of those terms, sort of polished already when you get here? I know there's things you need to work on. Like we were just watching you there for 20 minutes, but how do you explain receivers being that advanced, man?
I mean, I think it's not like that everywhere in the country, for sure. So I think you have to give Coach Hartline a lot of credit for just recruiting the right people, the guys that are already very talented, and getting them to come here. But I think just, as a fan of football, what 7-on-7 has done for the younger guys, they're kind of playing football all year round now. With the South Florida Express, I think Cornell and Brandon both played for. So, I mean, I think it's just they've been playing football for so long and, so much in their careers that you get to college and you're kind of already polished. And then, just you come here and just make the plays at this point.
What stands out about this offense through preseason camp, the scrimmages y'all have had? Do you feel like y'all are going to pick up from an aggressive standpoint the way y'all played against Georgia? Do you feel like that's where you're going to pick up from?
Yeah, I think even in the loss, we still realized that from an offensive standpoint, there was definitely some bright spots there. Obviously, we didn't get the win, so it wasn't perfect. But definitely we learned a lot from that game, just how we can factor that into next season. I think we definitely kind of taking that same aggressive approach going into this year.
Marvin, if Ryan were to go with two quarterbacks against Indiana, would you feel pretty good about that decision?
Yeah, I mean, that's the decision he makes. Like I said, my job is to play receiver. I'm just out there, be at the right spot for the quarterback and catch the ball and get some more yards after the catch for them. So that's the decision he goes with. I'm all for it.
I think it would be pretty seamless, like if let's say Kyle plays one quarter and then Devin, or maybe even alternating drives. You think the transition would be pretty seamless between the two? There wouldn't be much of a
I mean, yeah, I think they're both going to do the right thing from a quarterback standpoint, make the right reads. I think they both definitely have the arm talent to both be able to make any throw in the offense that we're asked of them. So, I mean, I don't think really too much would be different.
Given your size and skill set, what does that bring to the slot position that maybe other guys don't bring there?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you just look at the slot receivers in Ohio State's offense over the past couple of years, there's a lot of success. Dating back to KJ Hill, Paris Campbell, Jackson, Garrett for 1 year, and Emeka last year. So I think the slot is a very important piece in our offense. And then even from a run blocking standpoint, I think that's where my slots can kind of come into play. We ask our slots, sometimes dig out linebackers and block the end. So I think I definitely can do that in the offense. And then just being a mismatch. I mean, I like my chances against the safety anytime. So I think it's just definitely brings a different element to the offense.
You emphasize a lot in the spring that you wanting to get better at yards after the catch.
Yeah.
And then you spent a lot of the spring in the slot. But how do you actually get better at that?
Game reps. You really can't. Hard to do in practice. You catch the ball, get tagged off, and you can only do so much. But I think yards after the catch is kind of more, it's definitely a mindset thing. Just not letting the first person tackle you. Trying to do as much as you can after the catch. I think it's really just a mindset. You can't really practice that as much. I think X is the perfect example for what you want an Ohio State player to be. You look at his story, coming in. I think he played corner first. Was a walk-on guy. Came in with an injury. He's played in so many different position rooms, corner, running back. He moved to receiver, and he just always kept working. Never really complained about anything. And just his leadership on and off the field. You're the guy. He's the guy that you want leading the team. Like I said, he's just a great example, for myself and just the rest of the guys on the team. So I think he's just the perfect person to wear the block of.
Emeka played hurt a lot last year. Do you see a difference in him now that he's healthy and ready to go?
Yeah, I think just that explosiveness. I think he might have lacked a little bit just from certain injuries. I think I'm very excited to see what he can do when he is healthy. But I think playing injured is a part of the game. No one's really healthy, especially after really going into week one. Just with the brutals of camp, no one's really healthy going into the season. So, but I think he definitely has made improvements to his athletic ability, just with coach making the weight room and becoming more explosive and quick twitch and everything like that. So it's definitely exciting to see.
You like the chances of two more questions against safeties against the safety. What about a big against Davis and Egbuka?
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, no, Dave is great. I'm so glad we got him on our team. I think he brings a different element to that DB room, just the dog mentality that he has. He's going to go out there and compete every day. He's one of the hardest working DBs I've been around. We've done plenty of extra releases on Saturdays and whatever. Anytime after the workouts, he's always asking me to do some extra releases, and we're out there for 30 minutes just doing releases and just getting each other better. So I'm definitely grateful that he's on our team for sure.
What do you think about that cornerback group and the secondary as a whole? I mean, have they made upgrades this year? How would you explain it?
Yeah, I think they've definitely made a lot of improvements. Just they're getting their hands more on passes, and I think more so they're just being more competitive at the catch point, and I think that's definitely shown in fall camp. From a receiver standpoint, you kind of like it, but don't like it at the same time. But definitely excited to see what they do against other teams because they've had a phenomenal camp, and they're only going to get better from here.
I don't know how much you go against the slot.
Yeah, I think Sonny's one of those guys. You just put him on the field wherever, DN, linebacker, safety. Just he can play every position on the field, and he's just that good of a player where he can impact the game from any spot. So I think he's going to definitely bring a lot to our defense from a versatility standpoint, and just what he can do on the defensive side of the ball.
Joey, last question here. Is that something you continue to do much in camp? I know you saw some of that in the spring, but is that something you've done more?
Yeah, I think we're moving everybody all around. Obviously, Emeka's in the slot, but Emeka can go outside too. Julian, we obviously move Xavier everywhere, running back, slot, outside guy. So I think we're just all moving each other around. So it makes it harder for the defense to game plan and where we're going to be each play.
Great. Marvin, thank you very much.
Of course.
Folks,
Appreciate
thank
you guys.
very much. You've successfully made it through another fall camp. Thanks, Marvin.
Smart stuff.
Marv, is this your phone?
Nothing interesting there.